Hello, and welcome to Talking to Food Safety Professionals. My name is Jenny Lynn James, and I'm a food safety professional with over 25 years of experience in the industry. Now, with me today is Joan Rosen. Hello, Joan.
Hi, Jenny Lynn.
So, Joan is the principal and founder of JC Rosen Resources. Joan is an expert in fresh, minimally processed fruits and vegetables, quality and food safety systems, post-harvest technology, and regulatory affairs. So, we're quite happy to have Joan with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So, Joan, tell me, how did you get started in your career, food safety and quality?
Well, probably like a lot of people you've talked to, it wasn't a direct path. It
Yeah.
was more of a circuitous route with probably some serendipity involved. I've always been strong in the sciences, and actually, even as a child, I was very involved in the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens children's program, where we had an opportunity during the winter months, fall and winter months, to learn about plants
Yeah.
and work in greenhouses. And then during the summer, we had an opportunity to have our own little garden where we could grow
Oh,
our own fruits and vegetables. So I think that really fostered my love of science and fresh produce, actually,
yes, yes.
fresh produce industry. So you never know as a child, where you're going to end up. So I was always strong in the sciences. And then really by chance, when I was in college, I ended up having a professor as my advisor who was in food science.
Oh.
And I had room in my curriculum for one additional course. So he suggested, why don't you take Intro to Food Science? So that's what I did. And I found that I really enjoyed it. I think especially because it combined all the sciences into a very applied area.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and with food science, everybody needs to eat. There's always an interest and a need for work in the food industry. So I think that started my involvement really in the food industry, in food science. Um, and then I took a little segue and actually worked in the flavor industry for a few years, trained
Hey,
as a flavor chemist, and then working in the flavor applications area, which is a bit different
yes.
area that most people don't know about. But then in graduate school, I was in the food science group, but I really discovered post-harvest physiology and
Okay.
worked with Dr. Al Cater in post-harvest and really, really enjoyed it. I love the people. It was a very international group of students. I found it very meaningful, in terms
Yes.
of reducing food waste and working with a healthy product. So I think that really got me involved initially into working in produce.
Right, right. So what roles did you hold over the years?
Yeah, over the years I worked in research and development.
Yes.
When I worked for Campbell Soup, I worked in research and development.
Ah,
And then I really got more involved in food safety when I worked in the fresh cut packaged salad industry, fresh cut fruit industry,
yes.
where I was involved in packaged salads in the very early days when it was first getting started
Yes.
in 80s and 90s, and really got involved in the technical services area where I was working more in terms of um, what is modified atmosphere packaging, how does it work, why is cold chain so important, and then that role evolved into more of a quality role, and then finally into a food safety and quality role. So it was
Yeah.
really an evolution as the company grew. My roles expanded. And then after Chiquita Brands acquired Fresh Express, then I ended up with a global role leading food safety for Chiquita Brands.
Okay.
So it's really more of an evolution.
Yes.
It wasn't really a plan necessarily, but I think we kind of learn as we go and we explore. And I think in the early days, food safety was not so prominent until some, more serious issues happened in the produce industry. And then we all kind of learned together. And then, the field has certainly expanded quite a bit since then. So yeah, you never know where you're going to end up in
Yes,
terms of your
yes.
career. So yeah, I'd say my roles, R&D, technical services, quality, food safety, and now I'm doing consulting.
Right.
And in my
Okay.
consulting role, I've been doing this about 14 years. I really get to utilize the breadth of my experience,
Yes.
working with companies across the supply chain. I work in food safety and quality. post-harvest. I've also expanded into some non-technical areas, doing organizational development work,
Okay.
business development, working with technology companies. So you can really apply, food safety and quality across the board, and even, working with software companies. There's just a breadth of work out there.
Okay. So, you work with companies that are outside the food arena as well.
Yes, yes. So I work
Oh,
really across the supply chain,
yes.
primarily in fresh produce. So across the supply chain, from growing, shipping, transportation, processing,
Okay.
um, and users, but also with technology companies, technology providers that
Ah,
have, um, services offerings that can benefit the produce industry or
right,
agriculture
right.
industry. Software companies have done work for an insurance company,
Okay.
some legal
Excellent.
work, which is kind of stressful. Uh, so yeah, really across the board, working with all parts. I've worked with seed companies, trade associations, distributors, really
Excellent.
whole breadth of the industry.
Yes, and what challenges do you see in the food industry now? Any new challenges that have come up in the last few years?
Yeah, I think working in food safety and quality, there are daily challenges, certainly.
Yeah.
As part of the excitement of the job and part of the stress of the job as well.
Yes, yes.
I think what I've seen is um, really still there's a need to focus on the fundamentals. We have a lot of, new solutions and new offerings out there in terms of food safety and quality tools, but I still see a need to focus on the basic fundamentals of food safety and food quality. I also see, I think there's an opportunity for more mentoring and more training and support for the people who are coming up in the industry.
Okay.
When I go to meetings, for example, at trade associations, and I see the people coming into the industry, and they seem to be asking the same questions that we answered 20 years ago.
Okay.
And I think, okay, why are we not doing a good job, transferring this knowledge
Right,
to
right.
the next generation coming up? So I see that as an area, and also I think technology as a whole, certainly artificial intelligence, AI, how do we use it as a tool? Where is it a risk? Um, but technology can really outpace our ability to react sometimes, as
Yes.
testing methods get more sensitive, we can find more things, but okay, how do we react to this? What do we do about it? And that impacts, of course, regulations as well. So there's still a lot of challenges, a lot of unresolved issues. But I think, yeah, those are the ones that I see most recently, especially the need to do a better job transferring knowledge.
Transferring the knowledge. Right, right. Which leads me to the next question. So, with students entering university, what advice could you give them in terms of if they want a path to food science, food technology? What advice could you give students?
Hmm. Yeah, I think I would advise students to explore as much as possible, take as many courses as you can in different areas, even things that maybe sound, well, maybe I'm not so interested in that, just try it, do a lot of exploration. I think do as many internships as possible if you're given that opportunity.
Internships, yeah.
Internships, I think, are really valuable to help you understand what the jobs are really like.
Yes.
Um, I would get involved in trade associations as a student.
Right, right.
It's a really great way to network and to learn more about the industry. Certainly, ongoing education. Take as many workshops as you can. Get involved in classes. We're always continually learning. I think also to, be open-minded about jobs and careers that, maybe they're the traditional careers, maybe working for a food company, um, but consider the whole supply chain and all the service
Yes,
providers as well.
yes,
Um, maybe you want to work in farming, or maybe you want to work in production or regulatory or academic area, or maybe you want to work with one of these technology companies or software companies that help provide solutions. And, some people who start out in the technical area end up in the sales area. So I think,
Right.
just being as open-minded as possible, explore, do internships, really get involved as much as possible. And then find out what you like and what you don't like.
Yes, yes. And a lot of this exploration you can do in an internship
Mhm.
while you're still in school and learn about what possible careers are out there.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, in non-traditional
Right.
careers that are still part of the food industry.
Yeah. I think one thing that you and I have both done is, working globally, working in other countries.
Yes,
And if that opportunity presents itself, it's a great opportunity. If the opportunity doesn't present
yes,
itself,
definitely.
try to create the opportunity. There's a
Yes,
lot
and
to
you
be
can go
learned.
out and seek these
Yes.
opportunities. They're there, but you have to look for them. Apply and apply again and again until you get the opportunity because it really broadens your horizons when you work internationally.
Yeah. Yeah. You learn about different cultures and different approaches to work
Yes,
and different styles, and what maybe is a great way of communicating in your home country is not a great way of communicating in a
exactly.
different culture or country.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much, Joan. We really appreciated having you here on the program today. And best of luck. I will put your contact information so if someone is looking for technical services, they can contact you. So I'll put it in the information box.
Great. Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thanks, Janelia.
Thank you. Please hit the like button, like our video, and remember to subscribe to the channel Food Safety Smart so you can be notified every time we interview another amazing food scientist. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you.